The buses are in, the dust is settled, and the tents are up. That can only mean one thing. The National Jamboree is underway. Hi everyone, I'm Forrest Gertin.
And I'm Merritt. And each night of the Jamboree, we're bringing you everything you need to know to help live Scouting's adventure to the fullest.
Plus, we'll introduce you to some special guests as they visit the summit and bring you behind the scenes as we show you how the Jamboree comes to life.
So hang on tight because Jamboree Tonight starts right now.
Something big is about to happen. Thousands of scouts coming together for a shared purpose, exemplifying the values of scouting. This is the pinnacle of our movement. This is the National Jamboree. For the next 10 days, we will live Scouting's adventure. From the highest point at Garden Ground Mountain to the rapids of West Virginia's New River, where will the adventure take you? The possibilities are endless. The only question is, are you ready? Adventure waits for no one. It's up to you now. It's time to make new friends, try new things, and see new places. Quite simply, it's time to live Scouting's adventure. Welcome to the 2017 National Jamboree. Let the adventure begin.
Welcome, friends, to the 2017 National Jamboree.
And thank you for joining us tonight of an episode of Jamboree Tonight, a live broadcast every night of the Jamboree at 9:30.
Every night, we're going to bring to you, live, the best of what the Jamboree has to offer, and let you know what's on deck for tomorrow.
Every night, we'll be joined by special guests who will answer the questions you ask. We'll interview scouts from all over the summit, show video highlights of your Jamboree adventures, and share your best social media posts.
We want to hear from you. Be sure to share your Jamboree adventures on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat using the hashtag 2017Jambo.
We had a long, hot, but excellent day today as we officially kicked off the 2017 National Jamboree. Staff have been here for several days preparing the Summit Bechtel Family National Scouting Reserve just for you. And now it's time to get this party started.
We'll begin tonight's show with a look back on our first day here at the National Jamboree. From near and far, tens of thousands of scouters descended on the summit in a, choreographed parade of vans, trucks, and buses. They set up their home for the next 10 days and got their first taste of what the Jamboree program has to offer. From ziplining to rock climbing and Merritt Badge Midway to BMX, one person is in charge of the program areas at the 2017 Jambo. We're happy to have with us National Jamboree Program Chairman, Russell Smart. Russell, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
So, Russell, this is an enormous event. How do you begin planning the program for it?
Well, we started literally after the last Jamboree ended in 2013. So those of us in the positions of leadership in all the different areas have been planning this now literally for 4 years, and most of our key volunteer team leadership has been at it almost as long. So it's a long process, but well worth it.
And how do you set that vision from the top?
Well, the whole vision of the summit is to be one of excellence. We want everything we do here to be the very best it can be. Whether it's those zip lines or BMX, whatever it is, we want the very best of it right here at the summit at the Jamboree.
So, out of that very best, Russell, what's your favorite thing? What are you looking forward to most?
My favorite thing is watching you guys have fun. That's my favorite thing, is watching our youth, our scouts and venturers explore and deliver. Riding in on a couple of the buses today with the troops as they came in and asking some of the guys and gals what were they looking forward to. I get excited hearing them get excited about what they're interested in.
Well, I'm certainly excited about the next 10 days.
Excellent.
So now you just planned the program for 30,000 people here at the National Jamboree.
Right.
Did 10-year-old you see this happening in your future? Was this a grand master plan?
No, the interesting thing, a lot of people think that I've been a scout all my life. I was a Cub Scout and made it to bear rank, but I didn't make it to Boy Scouts. My den mother moved and my little den broke up, and so I didn't really get back into scouting until my own son, Hoke, another young man, asked him to join his Boy Scout troop, and then I got back involved. And like a lot of volunteers, I had no intention of being a leader, but things happened and I got asked to help with a backpacking trip, and from there, here 30 years later, here we are at the Jamboree.
That's incredible. So you're saying that just because one friendly scout reached out and invited his friend to a scout meeting, we've got the program that we're going to have this week?
You might say that, but to be sure, I'm not the only one that makes this happen. We have 6,500 volunteers working in program, administration, operations, logistics. That's who makes these things happen, not just me.
Well, that's awesome, and thanks. We're grateful to all of them. Russell, is there anything else that you wanted to add about the program here at the 2017 Jambo?
Well, one of the things that I'm most excited about, Forrest, this year is we've started this passport program, and just earlier tonight, all of our 5 base camps had simultaneous events where they got introduced to the details of the Jamboree passport program. We haven't ever done this before, and so now we're trying something brand new, and all during the Jamboree, our scouts and venturers will have the chance to use this to think about their Jamboree experience, to write down things, journal each day if they like, interview other scouts, write down addresses, and have a fun thing of just going around and getting stamps in this passport book, just like you would a real passport, of all the places they visit around the Jamboree. This is going to be an awesome addition to the Jamboree program, and we're just so excited to have it this time.
That's great. So scouts like me can track our entire program experience.
That's right.
Now, you talked about reflecting a little bit in here.
Yes.
Are there any reflections that you've come upon already, being here preparing for the 25,000 scouts and youth who are here today?
Well, my reflection is that last time was the first time. And we told everybody we're going to get a lot of this really good, some of it okay, needs some changes, and there's going to be maybe 10%, maybe 15% that really just won't be what we wanted it to be. So the real thing that we've worked on for these past 4 years is fixing those things that didn't work like we hoped they would back in 2013 at our first Jamboree here. And the great thing that I'm hearing from our staff, from even the participants and unit leaders who maybe came in 2013, but now they're old enough, they've gotten older, they've come back to do a second one, I'm already hearing how much better some of those things were that weren't just exactly like they should have been in 13. And so I think we've fixed a lot of the things that were not as good as they should have been. And so my reflection is that our volunteers have done such a magnificent job in making it better.
Well, we're certainly grateful to them and grateful to you for being on and sharing your insight with us today. Thanks, Russell.
Thank you, Forrest.
Jamboree Tonight is going to be back after a short break. Since before dawn, buses from near and far have been coming, each dropping off dozens of excited scouts. Just yesterday, the base camps were nearly empty, dotted with pallets of gear.
Now they look more like a small village. As the day progressed, the incoming troops unpacked and constructed their homes for the next week and a half. Let's meet some of the newly arrived participants to the Summit Bechtel Reserve.
I'm from Waukesha, Wisconsin. We're part of Troop 2327.
My name is Nathan Sebo. I am from Baltimore, Maryland.
My name is Isabel Scher. I'm from Troop 3127 from Northeast Georgia Council.
Joseph, Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, Council, Lower Highlands, and Troop 1319.
My name's TJ Guerra. I'm from the Mullen Trail District in Montana Council, and I'm with Troop 34 and 44.
My name is Ben Brush. We are from St. Louis. Our council is the Greater St. Louis Area Council, and we are Troop 2242.
I'm looking to most the swimming activities, mostly because this place is really hot, but I like swimming activities, and I'm a good swimmer.
I'm looking forward to just hanging out with some friends and play on new activities and zip lining and things like that.
Most of Jambo, probably the skate park, because I like skating, and see what new tricks I can learn.
Probably all the cool experiences, mainly zip lining. That's something I really enjoy doing.
Either the skateboarding or the skateboarding barrels or the zip lines.
I am looking forward to all the fun activities to start, but mostly ATVing. It's a really new experience for me. I've never done it, and that's a really awesome thing that they have here.
Thanks for that. I'm sure you'll have a blast at Jambo. Join them and all your friends to share your Jamboree stories on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
On each Jamboree Tonight, we'll be bringing you the most important news you can use, the key things that you absolutely should know heading into tomorrow. All of this news is on 2017jambo.org and in your morning Jambo link email.
Today's biggest news: in a few hours this morning, the Jamboree became the third largest city in West Virginia and the densest city in all of America.
How do we know that it's the densest city in all of America, Michelle?
I am really not sure what to tell you about that, Forrest.
Probably Wikipedia.
Probably.
Well, it's also the nation's largest consumer of shelf-stable meat. Yum. Of course, like any major city, we have a mass transit system, the network of shuttles running around the summit. This is a pretty huge place, so definitely check the maps and schedules in your Jamboree app, powered by AT&T.
Use your time on the bus to meet a new friend or trade those fruit snacks in for lunch for trail mix. Just don't give away your jerky. They're one per person, and no doubt you'll be sharing that on all your social media feeds. The Jambo is on every social media network, but we're especially active on Snapchat. We have 11 filters all across the summit, and 6 more for you to find. But don't forget, what happens on Snapchat stays on the internet.
So tomorrow is the first full day of program. Early arrivals this afternoon got a preview of what's to come.
Leaders have the schedule for when your unit is scheduled for whitewater rafting, STEM Quest, Trek to Garden Ground, and the Messengers of Peace Day of Service. There's also the Summit Center and adventure areas to check out. I would bet you that it's impossible to do everything in the next 10 days.
The most important fuel for all those programs is water. Staying hydrated at the National Jamboree is priority number 1. Everyone got a water intake guide when they checked in. Clip it to your lanyard and fill your water bottle every chance you get at the Camelback filling stations. As they say at the other high adventure base in New Mexico, clear and copious.
Final bulletin for tonight: start practicing for the World Jamboree now. There are 600 international scouts here checking out the summit. Make a point to introduce yourself and learn about another culture. And upstate New York doesn't count.
Oh, why not? It's basically Canada. I would know. Each day, we're going to take a look at one thing you absolutely need to check out. We call it You Oughta Go. Tomorrow, it's the only thing faster at the summit than the Wi-Fi: zip lines.
Hey everyone, my name's Ryan McDonald. I'm from the Northern Star Council in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm a zipline operator here at the summit for the National Jamboree. You should definitely come down and ride the big zip. It's going to be the coolest thing we've got here at the Jamboree for you to do. If it wasn't the coolest thing here, we wouldn't limit it to 6 tokens per troop.
My name is Atia Heron. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. This is Big Zip. It is 3,200 feet off the ground. It's really fast, it's really exciting, really fun. I hope everybody comes to the Big Zip. You guys are really going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see me and my staff here. It's going to be awesome.
Hey guys, my name is William Gorley. Welcome to the summit. I'm the zipline director for the seasonal staff here for the zipline. Guys, come on down to Big Zip. Guys, don't forget your tokens. Big Zip's a lot of fun.
Hi, my name is Nicholas from the greater St. Louis area, Troop 2244. I was the lucky person who got to go down the zip line, the Big Zip first. It is a great experience with the wind rushing over your face and your adrenaline pumping.
Guys, it's a lot of fun. 3,200 feet long, going the fastest you're ever going to go on a zip line, about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Come on out, have a great time.
Wow, the Big Zip sure looks like a lot of fun.
It was incredible. I did it in 2013. If you're interested in zipping, don't forget a few things. Wear closed-toed shoes, bring your zip token, and have a blast. We'll be right back after this break.
Astronauts may get all the glory, but there are many others behind the scenes making sure that NASA looks good and is taken to the skies. Today with us, we have David DeFelice, NASA's Outreach and Community Relations Lead.
Hi, nice to meet you, Michelle. Great to be here.
Great to have you here. Now, can you tell us a little bit about what NASA is doing at the Jamboree?
We're excited to be here because this is a great place to be, because we want to conduct an outreach program and you want to reach a group like the Scouts. It's much easier to come to one place, like the middle of West Virginia, and have all the Scouts come to you than try to get to all the Scouts. And so it's a great opportunity to interact with all the Scouts who are gathered for the National Jamboree. And we want to share a bunch of different messages about some of the things that are going on at NASA, the research, the new rockets and spacecraft that we're building, the new aircraft that we're building to improve air transportation. And then we're also really excited about the solar eclipse that's coming up this summer.
That's awesome. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this solar eclipse?
Sure. August 21st of this year, we've got actually a map going here showing we've got a total solar eclipse going coast to coast, from the coast of Oregon to the coast of South Carolina. And so we're trying to get everyone excited about that, because along the narrow 60 to 70 mile path, the path of totality, the sun will go completely black, so black. We're also going to be helping in distributing safe viewing glasses. So when all the Scouts go home, we're sending them home with a pair of safe viewing glasses and some important safety information. So that'll be home in their take-home packets when they check out on the 28th. So we're really excited about that.
That's a great opportunity that you're having for the Scouts. Now, I heard that there's some sort of patch associated with this.
Yep, so the Boy Scouts have actually developed a patch, so when you'll be able to find information on the app and going online where you can go. So even if it's going to be a partial eclipse, so even the rest of the nation is going to be in about, with 50 to 90% partial eclipse. And that's when it's really important to have the glasses. And so you can go through the Scouting website, find out more information about how to observe, do a little information, and actually earn that very special patch.
If a Scout was interested in working at NASA, what would you recommend they do?
Certainly start by going up to STEMQuest here at the Jamboree. We've got a bunch of activities. We actually have 2 NASA tents. One is called NASA Reaching New Heights, and a bunch of information about some of our programs. And then we're also helping with the Robotics Merit Badge. So STEM careers, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Focus on those things in your middle school and high school. Take as much as you can. And then we encourage you to pursue a career in those fields. That's the best way. Now, there are other opportunities. Where I work at the NASA Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, about half of our workforce are scientists and engineers, but obviously the half are other administrative folks. So there's other opportunities to get involved in our purchasing or accounting, human relations, those types of things. And there are some limited opportunities for internships and those types of things, so they can explore those opportunities as well.
Now, what inspired you to work at NASA?
Grew up as a kid during the space race. You know, remember watching Neil Armstrong, an Eagle Scout, land on the moon, and just had always wanted to be a part of it. So I pursued a career, took as much science and math as I could, got a degree in engineering, and then when I heard that there was some on-campus interviews with NASA, I was like, heck yeah, you know, sign me up. Interviewed, got the job, and so for the past 30 plus years I've been working at NASA, being a part of all these great things.
Now, besides joining us here at Jamboree, is there anything else in the works for NASA?
Well, we're real excited. Right now, aboard the International Space Station, we have an international crew of 6 astronauts conducting experiments and doing a lot of preparatory work in terms of like how we condition our bodies for long-term space trips, because we're working on a new spacecraft, the Orion, on top of a space launch system rocket that'll have the capability of going back to the moon or onto Mars. We're very excited about those prospects, because just like scouting, a lot about exploration and discovery. That's what NASA's about. So we're very excited about all the activities and things that are coming up in the future.
Great, thank you. We're very excited to have NASA here at Jamboree.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. There are more than 5,000 staff members volunteering at the 2017 National Jamboree. Some jobs are better than others, like hosting Jamboree Tonight.
You're right, we are pretty cool, Michelle. But Tim Underhill found that 2 staff members with a job that really stinks, and they wouldn't have it any other way.
So I'm Joe Moore, and I move collection toilets, and collection toilets are the porta-johns. So I go around and I check 600 plus porta-johns throughout the whole entire camp. I got to look inside of them and see how filled they are. If they're half full, they're okay to go, but if they're getting over a certain mark and it's like maybe 18 inches or higher, then they got to get cleaned out. That's pretty much it. You think you got the dirtiest job? When to meet me, I got the dirtiest job.
My name is Jody Mars. I'm the PPQ, the Porta Potty Queen. Why do I do this? That's a good question. I don't know. It's an awesome job. It's dirty, it's hot, it's sticky, it's gross. I mean, I have never been this dirty. I have a desk job, and so this is completely different for me. I'm out of my element, but I love it. I have been everywhere in this camp, and it is gorgeous. Many people won't see the things that I've seen, and I love it. I would come back and do it all over again. Joe's a crazy guy. Joe's the PPK. He's the Porta Potty King. He kind of looped me into this. Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy to work with, for sure. Well, number one, if the porta potties weren't here or the collection toilets weren't here, it would just be a mess. And then if they weren't serviced or looked upon, it would almost be a biohazard, you know.
I guess I get to see every inch of the summit in that, a gator.
If you see Joe or Jody around, be sure to say thank you. Pro tip, try waving, because gloves aren't practical for their work.
Tonight, we're happy to be joined by 2 of our Order of the Arrow region chiefs, Manuel Lopez and John Hanganow, or as some know him, John Hangan-Wow. So now tell us, what is a region chief?
Well, one of the awesome opportunities the Order of the Arrow offers is opportunities for leadership at all levels of scouting, all the way up to the national and regional level. As a region chief, we get to serve on the region committee and develop a program for Arrowmen across our regions.
So now, what are some of the programs that you guys have gotten to develop?
So Michelle, some of the really great programs that we're a part of is where we're at right now, which is Jamboree and our Operation Arrow staff and our exhibit tent. But also outside of the Jamboree is our NLS and DYLC programs, which is the primary responsibility when it comes to a region chief in training.
So now, what are you 2 looking forward to the most at Jamboree?
I'd have to say the Big Zip and meeting a lot of young scouts at the OA exhibit.
I would say being able to go down to the Summit Circle, which is the OA's ceremonial ground here, and seeing airmen who go through it the first time and seeing their reaction to see how beautiful of a sight it is.
Now, is this your first Jamboree?
It is my first.
This is actually my third. I attended at 2010 in AP Hill and came back in 2013 and really wanted to be on the OA staff, but I was actually too young. So I idolize those OA staff members, and really the reason I am in the shoes I am today is because of my experience in 2013.
So then what are some tips that you would give to first-time Jamboree participants?
Well, a tip that I would want someone to give me is take every opportunity you can, meet lots of people, and really experience the Jamboree.
I would definitely echo what Manny said and take every opportunity you can. Going out there and doing the big zip if you're able to, going to the ranges and barrels, taking a day and doing a ropes course, or even going on the water. Do whatever you want to do, take advantage of it, and don't be held back by other scouts in your troop not wanting to do it.
So why do you two choose to be service-oriented scouts?
Well, to me, service is everything, you know, giving back to the community and serving as an example of servant leadership is really important to me, and I think it's something that everyone should strive for.
I think we do it because we really enjoy seeing the outcome. And the outcome is two-tiered. You can see a physical structure or project, for example, the trails that a lot of our mountain bikers use up on the far side of our property, or you can see the smile on the scouts' face as they're entering a new project that we just helped complete, or a leadership opportunity that they attended. Both physical and emotional is really the reason I think I'm involved.
Awesome. So now, what is the coolest part of your jobs as Region Chief?
I'll start off with this
Alrighty,
one.
go for it.
I think so far the best part is being able to travel the world. Even as a region chief, I've been in Paris representing the Northeast region for our scouts that are across the oceans. I've been visiting Manny in Salt Lake City, and just the travel opportunity and being able to meet airmen from across the country and even the world and see how they do things a little differently and trying to share those best practices.
I would really have to echo what John says. Being able to travel across the country and meet scouts from all over, see how people do things differently in the South, Central, Northeast, and Western regions. And I'm also very excited to go on my own international trip to bring the National Leadership Seminar to Tokyo, Japan.
Now, for those of us who are not in the Order of the Arrow, can you tell a little bit about what NLS is?
Absolutely. The National Leadership Seminar is a training devised by the Order of the Arrow to really give airmen more of a background in leadership. Not so much the tools, but a lot of the method, the thinking, and the philosophy behind it.
And one of the great things that we're doing this year on the national level is actually re-emphasizing and rebuilding the foundation of that program. So coming this year, Manny's actually going to be holding the last one in Japan, and coming next year, we're going to have a reinvigorated, re-emphasized program that's really going to be able to provide, I think, a more directive and appropriate approach to leadership as it is in the 21st century. The program we use is a little outdated. It was actually built in the 90s. It still is a great program, but I think the new program is really going to be able to provide useful leadership to today's teens.
Great. So, as Region Chief, how would you describe the Order of the Arrow? Like, what is it for those who don't know what it is?
John, would you like to go first?
Sure. So, on a basic level, the Order of the Arrow is the Brotherhood of Cheerful Service. And to me, what that means is the ability to cheerfully serve and be able to do so while you're accompanied by your brothers and in a positive, cheerful way. So for example, this morning, we helped to bring 25,000 scouts and scouters onto the Jamboree property. And that was done with, I think, 604 buses, which is a crazy amount of money, or excuse me, a crazy amount of buses.
That's awesome.
And to be able to do that and wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, as many of our staff did, and be there with Russell, who was cheerfully serving us at breakfast, and to do that and not be begrudging, be sad, be held back, is I think what our Order of the Arrow is about and what we really are deep down.
To really say in short, the Order of the Arrow is a family. It's a brotherhood where you get the chance to take advantage of opportunities you might not have elsewhere, from leadership to experiencing high adventure. And to me, that's the biggest thing. You know, that family where you can go in and find where you fit in and really experience a higher level of scouting.
Thank you guys, and we'll be right back after this.
Thank you, Michelle.
Scouts have traveled from the Jamboree from all over the U.S. and all around the world.
Each bus was greeted by an enthusiastic OA member, maybe a little too enthusiastically.
And before long, the buses emptied into the base camps and sprang into life.
It doesn't take long to turn an empty field into a comfy campsite.
And they make stand-up paddleboarding look so easy.
Wander around enough here, and you might find Chief Scout Executive Michael Serbaugh.
I know I saw him in a venturing uniform today.
Represent.
All right, so day 1 is done, and we have 9 more days to live Scouting's adventure to the fullest.
Oh, there they are, stand-up paddleboarding.
They're way better at that than me.
Yeah.
Go to promo.
So that'll do it for us tonight. On behalf of the entire Jamboree Tonight team, thanks for staying up with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Have a good night.